And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. A little bit of drizzle out this morning. I'll tell you about the rain in just a moment, or what slight bit we may get. On our show today from the National Inventors Foundation, we have Philip Maitland and Steve Carman here. They're going to talk about a meeting coming up on March 1st, and one of their guest speakers is going to be talking about NASA JPL. So we'll find out all about that. That should be a really interesting topic and a great meeting as well. Now we are going to tell you about the lawn bowling update. Ernesto Munoz sat down with Lisa and showed photos how involved it was to get the lawn bowling court, I guess it's called a court, back up to the right surface and perfectly done, so it's all ready for all you lawn bowlers. There's a lot involved. I didn't realize all the process that there is, so stay tuned for that because there's a lot of photos involved with that. You can kind of watch the step-by-step process. Leslie Gobola from Adapt to It is going to stop by. We never know what she's going to bring. It's always a surprise, so we'll look forward to seeing her. And then a segment done with the Globe in the form of Jennifer Carmarker. Got some photos on that as well to show you. Now, as far as meetings go today, there are 3 meetings, and as you can see there, GRF has their agenda prep, Sycamore Room at 9:30. And if you ever wonder what the agenda preps are, that is so when they have their regular monthly board meeting, that prep meeting is about what's going to be going on the agenda. And it's an open meetings because you have the right to sit down and maybe suggest something that you would like to see on the agenda. Then GRF has the Security and Community Access Committee meeting, and that's in the boardroom at 1:30. Then if you live over in the Towers, Mutual 50 has their finance meeting at 2 o'clock. That's in the Towers conference room. Now let's get to the weather, and this morning there's a little bit of drizzle out. That was really what I would call a marine layer drizzle. There was a lot of heavy clouds overnight, and that's really what that was. That wasn't considered rain at all. Now, as far as the forecast goes, if you're watching us in the morning, we're going to see increasing clouds as we get to the afternoon and evening with a 20% chance of light rain late afternoon into the evening, maybe spilling over to tomorrow morning. Then things will start to clear up as we get into Friday. Now, you can see on Friday, I didn't put any actual rain cloud there because it's just such a slight chance that this may spill over. This is not a big system. It's a very, very weak system. As we go forward, though, let me get off to the side here. You can see we've got some nice weather Saturday and Sunday and even Monday, going up to 64 on Saturday, and then 67 Sunday and Monday. So it's going to stay, at least for Southern California, relatively, I would say, cool to mild over the next several days. As we get into next week, we're talking about probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there is a chance, of course we've been saying this on and off for the last couple months, of more of a big system coming down to our area. We'll see. That's a week away, so we'll see how that goes. Now, looking around Orange County and beyond today, temperatures are very similar to what we had yesterday, as you can see. Up at Big Bear, by the way, only 29 degrees, and they are getting a little bit of dusting of snow coming in later on today, so that's good news for them. It shouldn't be a whole lot, but they haven't gotten hardly any at all this year, so that'll be very nice for them. And, you know, maybe they'll get 2 or 3 inches up there in Wrightwood, Big Bear, those areas. Palm Springs, only 65 today. They have really remained quite cool for them this time of the year. You know, Palm Springs, usually this time of the year, they're up in the upper 70s or so, but it's been quite cold even for them out there. So if you head out to Palm Springs this weekend, keep that in mind. You're not going to get that 80-degree weather. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
I retired 18 years ago, and a good friend of mine says, "Hey, Gear, what the hell are you going to do with your time now?" And the next thing I knew, I was a delivery man for Meals on Wheels.
To the homebound neighbors he's delivered meals to for 18 years, my father, Homer Gear, is the real leading man.
Hey, well, hello there. How are you today?
Don't let spine, knee, or hip pain get in the way of your day-to-day activities. Find yourself back on the golf course or continue playing with your grandchildren pain-free. With the latest advancements in stem cell treatment techniques, we can transform the way you look and feel today. I'm Dr. Bidai, a double board certified pain management specialist. Stop by or call our office today to see if you're a candidate for stem cell therapy.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Well, with me right now from the National Inventors Foundation, we have Philip Maitland and Steve Carman. We've had these gentlemen on before talking about this group, and it's a pleasure to have you back. First, Philip, tell me about this group in general, this club, so to speak.
Okay, well, the basic thing behind the club is, as you know, that when people retire to this type of community, they look for activities mostly, maybe sports, fishing, other social clubs.
Right.
But, however, there's a lot of very talented people who are retired here who were inventors, scientists, physicists,
Sure.
Engineers, worked for NASA, worked on space programs, and they are here, and this talent is going unused. So we're trying to actually encourage and make people aware that this talent is here, and maybe even ask that the local community, businesses, and corporations perhaps contact us and say, look, we've got all this talent here, ask us, maybe you can help us to work on products.
Right.
Work on R&D, come to us for ideas, we're here. And the thing that these people would like to do, because all this talent, all the years they've put into their training, and all the years of experience they have is being neglected.
And yeah, you're very right about that. And Steve, you were involved in this as well, right?
Well, I have been with NASA in particular. I mean, right out of school from Berkeley, I went to work on Apollo, put man on the moon.
Yeah.
And then a few years after we got to the moon,
cool.
we worked on the first space station, which was called Skylab.
Yes.
And I was head of the medical experiments for that. That was very interesting. Then moved on to other NASA projects, including LCROSS, as late as 2008. We hitched a ride to the moon and discovered water in the bottom of some of the craters at the South Pole. And that was very exciting. So we got lots of awards for that. So I've been part of a lot of firsts within NASA, and along the way, as Philip says, lots of education, training, and teaching.
Hey, let me ask you,
Yeah.
this may be slightly, well, it's not off topic, but slightly different than you know, your meeting coming up. What do you think of SpaceX? You know, they just had their another launch this morning, and they are achieving things at what they are saying at about 1/10 the cost of what NASA had to pay. What's your take on that? I mean, it's quite remarkable.
I'm very familiar with SpaceX in that a lot of the people who work there are friends of mine and came from a company that I work for, Northrop Grumman. And they are doing a phenomenal job. and taking on the latest technology in building their rockets, which will indeed become the standard for the future, because it is so inexpensive by comparison.
By comparison,
So I think they're
yeah.
doing a phenomenal job, and I was pleased to watch the launches. And in fact, they're now returning to the Earth to reuse some of those rockets.
That's amazing.
That is.
So Philip, you folks, I should say, National Inventors Foundation, you're having a meeting coming up on March 1st, and the topic is going to be NASA JPL, right?
Yes, actually, I was very fortunate in convincing actually NASA and JPL to come and talk to us, because as you can realize that most of what they put in, their energy is putting into meeting with young people to encourage them to go into the industry. And so for them to come to a retirement community with older people is probably a first, actually. And we're very, very excited about that, because this is something very special, because you don't get these people coming to a place where old people are not going to go to Mars so much, but that doesn't mean to say that the talent here isn't still alive and very interested and maybe can contribute. I'm hoping that they're going to actually, because John
it's John McCann. Yes.
John McCann, who is actually is coming from JPL.
Yeah.
He's going to talk about the history of everything and also the current problems they're facing and challenges. And I'm hoping he's going to allow us to get our members to get involved, perhaps to come up with suggestions how they might help. Obviously, that people like Steve have got lots of experience. And there's other people also who've been involved in moon landings and other things at Boeing. And they have all kinds of experience that can contribute. And I'm hoping that this will lead to the fact that now people will recognize that we've got some people that can work on things, and that the Inventors Club will get more current to working on projects. Because these people are just basically have all this brain power.
Yeah.
And you imagine if you multiply this by all the people who have got this power throughout the country, actually, nationally, who are sitting in retirement homes and not doing anything, who can maybe not even talk to their friends about the things that they're so involved in. It's a great shame, because I know when I started the Inventors Club, the first thing that people got out of it was the first time they could speak about it to people. They were so excited to share their ideas with people and do things. And this is very important. It's very important for us, because we're sort of like a minority group. We don't necessarily play all the sports or do all the activities that other people do. So this is a very important thing. And I'm hoping that we will get people to actually contribute to even sponsoring programs here.
And this goes beyond just folks who are engineers or physicists or work with NASA. This is folks who, over their lifetime, invented all kinds of different things. It could have been something very, very simple that we use every day, and yet it was a breakthrough invention. Years and years ago, Post-it notes, as simple as that was a breakthrough invention.
No, absolutely right.
It could be
it
something
doesn't
as
have to
simple
be
as
so
that.
highly technical. It can be just innovative, or have futuristic ideas that could be applied to things that people have not even thought about doing.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So yes, it's not limited to just inventors who are inventors technically, but people who have actually given thought and have ideas just off out working with things.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
And I know you, Steve, you're involved in several different things. Obviously, you're involved with the Video Club. But that kind of works its way in, too, because you have, I'm sure you have folks that years ago worked in that industry and maybe even came up with different techniques and inventions and that involved different kinds of production and all, right?
That's true. The brain power here at Laguna Woods is phenomenal, and it's delightful to come across people who are willing to share, and we do so as part of Laguna Woods Stories, but also as part of the projects that we engage in with the Video Club and others, putting some of that talent to work. So it's great.
It's incredible. Philip, how did you get involved with this? I mean, years ago, were you involved in engineering or?
No, I've been actually an inventor myself.
Okay.
And I've been an entrepreneur in England and Europe, and so I've been basically putting my own money into developing ideas that I've had, and it's the way I've actually earned my living. It's been sort of inventing products and developing and marketing them. So I thought the idea of doing that here, maybe helping people even market their products, This is one of the things we want to do. So they've got people who have
Right,
got
right.
inventions, but how do they take it to market? So we can help them do that. So I wrote a book originally, which I did on the Kindle, on Kindle. I did it on Kindle so that people can buy it cheaply and get some of the basic ideas on how to do it. And so we're here to help people. Basically, if you've got an idea, we'll help you get it to market as well. So we want people to come. I've opened this lecture to everybody as far as possible. You don't have to be an existing member, but we are asking for a small donation to help offset some of the costs for hiring the hall and things. And on March 1st, when they in the auditorium at Clubhouse 5, we will hope to see as many as you as possible. Bring friends.
Yeah, it's going to be a great presentation. And again, the guy's name is John R. McCann or McCain.
McCann. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know exactly. I think
could spell it. You pronounce it either way. But my point is, he's with NASA JPL right now, or he was formerly with them?
No, he's with JPL right now.
Okay, all right.
So by special request and by special privilege, they've granted us this.
Fantastic.
No, it's fantastic. We're very excited because I think this is the first time we've got somebody who you recognize.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, hopefully maybe we can even get Elon Musk down here.
That'll be great.
Wouldn't that be great?
You know, Steve, a lot of people may not realize, maybe they're from different parts of the country and they moved here recently over the past 10, 20 years, that during the height of the space program, and even continuing today, that a lot that was involved with that happened here in Southern California. People might think, oh, it all happened in Florida or Houston.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was put together there and launched there and controlled from Houston and all, but so much happened in Southern California. This was a mecca of the aerospace industry, wasn't it?
Exactly right. Not only are there many, many contractors here, but even the JPL involvement, they are like the Houston of unmanned missions.
Yeah.
And I worked there during the Viking mission to Mars. Very exciting. Lots of amazing technology that we were able to enjoy.
It really is. Well, I hope folks get involved with this, even if you're just curious. Maybe you never invented anything, but you want to find out about this group and how you can get involved, or if anything, go to their meeting on March 1st, and you'll meet just a great speaker talking about NASA JPL. That's going to be fascinating.
And if I could just say one thing.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's inevitable that some period in the near future, there's going to be a colonization of Mars.
I think you're probably right.
Obviously, you got Elon Musk pushing hard.
Yes,
NASA pushing hard. I think even Amazon.
You're right.
Bezos is getting involved.
Yeah.
And even in England, you've got actually, in some way, you've got Richard Branson with the space program.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen. Maybe not in my life. I won't be going to Mars, but I hope to hear about what it would be like to go to Mars. And they're already doing terraforming and ideas.
Yes, they are.
So it's going to happen. So whether you believe in it or not, you should find out about it.
I agree with you.
It's going to be in the near future.
Well, attend the meeting coming up on March 1st, which I believe is a Thursday.
Yes,
it is a Thursday. 11 o'clock a.m., but it goes to about 3 o'clock.
Well, we're going to have a break.
Okay.
So those who want to have lunch or bring something to eat or want to leave, they can leave then.
Okay.
But the reason we're having a break is then the more questions can be asked.
Very good.
So thank you very much.
All right, great to have you both on. Great to see you both.
We look forward to seeing you.
And by the way, that's in Clubhouse 5, and you're going to have a fun time. It's going to be an interesting topic for sure. We'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you.
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sales services.
Hi, welcome back. Well, lawn bowling is a really big deal and a big budget with lots of stuff going on construction-wise. So we have Ernesto Munoz, who's here from Village Management Services, to tell us a little bit about the update. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Lisa. It's a pleasure to be here.
So you have a big budget and you have a lot going on.
A big budget, and we've started the year running. So this is one of the big projects that GRF has been very hopeful to get off the ground. This courts, the lawn bowling courts, were constructed a few years back, and unfortunately there were some shortcuts that were taken, and the outcome of the project was not a good one.
Okay.
So the courts were suffering from lack of levelness and some other issues that did not allow good playing on them. So GRF put money towards a project to reconstruct the courts. Mm-hmm. And we're very excited because we're at the end of it. We've gone through all the layers that are required to be reconstructed to end up with a top quality lawn bowling court. So I wanted to give an update today as to where we're at and let the residents know that this is going to be a beautiful amenity added to the many beautiful amenities that we have in the village.
Okay, great. So obviously your construction began in 2018, and I'll just let you take it from there.
Yeah, we began in January, and we're substantially complete at this point, but we're going through a punch list, and which are little things that need to be corrected from what the work that the contractor did, and we anticipate having that done first week of March and turning it over to the residents to have fun with it.
Okay.
The GRF budgeted $592,000, and the contract that we awarded was for $530,000 or $535,000, and we issued a change order, and as we added money to the original contract because of some unanticipated conditions that we found as we got into the construction.
Okay.
So next slide, please. So we delivered all of the material. This was built by it's a very unique court, and there are very few people that actually build these things. And we contracted with a firm from Australia. And they actually shipped all of the materials from Australia. Here in this picture, you've seen we're receiving one of the containers full of all the lawn bowling materials, which includes a special carpet that goes on top of it. And of course, this is being constructed at Gate 12, so this is the delivery of some of those materials.
Okay.
This is the original court, and we had a synthetic, these courts are synthetic material. There's courts that are made out of actual natural material, but these are synthetic materials. And this is what the original court looked like, and at this point we're removing the geotech tile fabrics that are on top of it, and we're exposing the beginning of the surface where this geotextile fabrics sit on. So,
okay.
Next slide, please. During the process of doing that, exposing the materials, we realized that the layers that actually, the court is like a wedding cake. It's composed of many layers. Okay. And we came to a realization that the layers that were there were no longer usable. Actually, they were poorly constructed, and the materials were not the appropriate materials for the surfaces. So we decided that's when we issued a change order to the contract to get all of that material removed from there to start from the bottom, from the native materials. So this is where we're removing those materials that are no longer suitable.
Wow, so all the way down to the dirt.
All the way down to the basement soils, yes.
All right.
Next slide. So once we got everything removed, we got to the bottom layer, which is what we call the basement soils or the native dirt. We had to compact that, and we make sure that that was properly compacted at a 90 relative compaction, which is essentially the compaction that you require to build a road on. So very, very hard soil. So here you've seen compaction equipment going back and forth to getting us that tight soil that we were looking for.
Okay.
Next slide, please. We hire, because of the importance of this amenity to the community, we hire independent consultants to come over and do the soil testing. This is a geotech company that we hired separate from the contract itself to come over and do actual soil testing. Here's using a nuclear gauge here to determine what the hardness of that soil is. Okay. And we found that all of the shots that he took were higher than 90% relative compaction. As I mentioned, that's the hardness that we're looking for actually building a highway or a roadway on top.
Do they test for something like if there was an earthquake, how much movement? Is that part of the test or not?
No, usually the movement is really not that important. What is important, though, is differential movement. So if part of the court will move differently from other part of the court, then you have problems. But if the whole court moves with an earthquake, then there's no issues.
Okay.
But this tested for all the hardness, the actual hardness of the soil, which you wanted to be really, really hard.
Right, okay.
So, then subsequent to that, we applied a geotech style fabric. And what that does is separates one of the layers that we put on the cake from the basement soils, from the native soils. So they're laying that fabric here in this picture.
All waterproof?
No, it's actually, you don't want it to be waterproof.
Oh.
You want it to be able to be permeable so that the water can sip through the layers. You don't want water actually sitting in the court. You want it to sip through it.
Is it something like when you have this faux grass? Is it kind of like that type of thing where you have the different layers like you're
It's
talking
kind of
about?
like that, yeah. Okay. And then we actually included a drainage system, which you're going to see in one of the slides, which takes the water that comes in through and it permeates through the layers, and it takes it out. It takes the water out completely.
Okay.
So here you're seeing one of the first layers on the cake, and that's aggregate base material or rock. It's about 3/4 inch rock, and that's being spread over the geotech style fabric. And then all that water gets to this layer, actually enters those pipes, and then it takes it out away from the cords. Okay. So that's part of the drainage system. Here we're spreading the material, the 3/4 inch aggregate rock, and we're also compacting it and spreading it to, again, every layer has to be nicely compacted, and it has to be perfectly flat.
Right.
So that's part of what we're doing here. Then after that layer, we put in another fabric. Again, it's permeable fabric, but geotech style fabrics, while allows moisture to go through, doesn't allow the material that you put in it to go through. The material that we're placing on top of this fabric, it's more like rock dust. So it's very fine material, and you don't want it to commingle with the larger rock below it. Okay. So the larger rock below it actually gives it stability, it gives a solid base. Then we're going with a finer material on top, and that's what this is.
Okay.
This is the edges of the court. We put in aggregate base. You can see there the rock adjacent to the wall. That allows us the water to permeate through it and get down to the drainage system. We also replace all the wooden members at the edges of the court, and that's where the balls actually bounce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then once we had that rock dust layer in place, we added cement, and then we rototilled that cement in place, and then we added water. So essentially you end up with a concrete slab, if you would, you know, a pretty solid concrete slab after that.
Right. Huh. A lot of work.
Oh yeah, it's very meticulous, very intricate work. Here we're leveling, after we added that cement to the rock dust, we're leveling the cores, and this is a machine that is controlled by lasers, because we have a laser machine actually controlling the level of the scraping, so that you have a perfectly flat surface.
Wow.
So they're leveling the cores there to make sure that it comes in within very, very high tolerance, which meet the World Bowl tolerances.
Well, Maybe they'll have some tournaments.
Oh, they
I would
will.
imagine,
I'm sure
right?
they will. Yeah, and then after that, we installed pads, which are called shock pads, that add a little bit of a cushion between the slab and the final surface of the courts.
Okay. And how many lanes are there?
How many lanes? Actually, I couldn't tell you at this
Okay.
point how many lanes we got out of it, but
But it's a large area.
it's a large area,
Okay.
yes, very large area.
It looks like lots of people can enjoy it.
Yes, and this is the final surface. It's a synthetic course, like I said, and it's all sewn together. This is the machine where they're sewing the different layers to end up with a uniform layer that the residents will be playing on.
Okay. It's looking good.
Yeah, and then we actually, as I mentioned, we retain outside consultants separate from the contractor to tell us whether this was perfectly level or not. So this is a company that came in and they shot topographic shots around the court to make sure that it's perfectly level. We wanted to make sure that we did this once. You know, the contractor happens to be from Australia, and we want to make sure that before the contractor left the country that this is perfectly level and well compacted. So that's why we retain the services of outside consultants independent from the contractor who reported to us to tell us exactly what the quality of the work that they were doing. And that's what we're accomplishing here. And this is the final course, all completed. At this point, we was ready for us to take topographic shots on top of it to make sure that it was perfectly level. And we've done that, and at this point, all it needs is just some minor touch-ups, and we're working with the contractor to complete those. And we're hoping to be able to wrap that up towards the end of this month. And early in March to turn it over to the residents.
Well, I can see with it looking like this, why you have people going, come on, it looks ready, right?
Yeah, we've had to tell people to stay off of it. There are people already jumping on it, trying to play.
I bet.
And we want them to wait because we want to receive a complete bill from the contractor.
Right.
And be able to contractually close the projects. So before we turn it loose to our residents. So very exciting project.
It certainly looks amazing, so good job on that. Now, if somebody did want to find out more information about the lawn bowling progress, where would they look for that information?
They can go on the website. We have what we call a project log that outlines all of the details on every single project that's going on with GRF, United, and Third.
Okay.
And that gives a high level of detail as to where we're at and when we anticipate completion, and it talks about the budget and all of that.
Okay.
So that's a good place for the residents to look.
Perfect, perfect. So if anyone wants to know more about lawn bowling, you know where to go. Thank you so much. It was nice to have you on. And I think I might just have to try lawn bowling. I haven't tried it, and that looks very inviting.
It'll definitely be, it's going to be one of the top courts around here.
Well, World Bowl, right?
That's right.
Excellent.
World Bowl of Standards.
Thank you. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
We'll be right back after this.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Leslie Gabola is here. She, of course, is the owner of Adapt to It. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And as I said earlier, you never know what she's going to bring. And today you brought in a very customizable, high-tech wheelchair, right?
I did. This is my favorite baby. It's our latest baby. And it's made by one of our favorite companies. And it's called a Flex wheelchair, and I love it. Because what it does, it's totally customizable. We custom measure for them, which is really important to get a good fit, especially if you're going to be in the wheelchair for a while. And so you can make it any width, the depth you need for your leg bone, long leg bone, and the height, the seat to floor height. So if you're going to be pedaling with your feet or you're going to be pushed in it, sometimes those heights are different. And then you can also alter the front height and the back height. And what that does, it slopes the seat just a slight bit. So people that would have trouble either sitting up, it puts them in more of a little bit, tiny bit of a reclined position, not really reclined, but brings their back so they can stay in the chair more comfortably for a longer period of time.
So this chair is, although you might have one on the floor for people to see, they would order it.
They would order it.
Right? Okay.
We special measure it. And that's one thing, as you know, that Adapt to It's good at is custom things, custom measurements, fitting properly for all equipment. We're really big on that. So the fact that we can do that in a nice lightweight wheelchair is wonderful.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about this is that pretty much everything that moves is orange.
Okay.
So the height of the arms, so if you have a shorter person, you're going to want higher arms, easily adjusted, and everything is just one finger touch of adjustment. So these actually even come out. So if you were doing a transfer laterally, it would come out of the way, and so get completely out of the way. The other feature, it has a lot of nice little features on it. The other little feature is this little knob that you use to lock it with. Gets completely out of the way again for a transfer. So if you, again, this is an orange level, you can pick it up, move this out of the way, move this out of the way, and then you've got a clear shot for a transfer.
So beyond customizing the fit, the overall fit, once someone receives the chair, there's different things they can do.
Right.
Like the armrests and such.
There's always a bit of tweaking that's involved with it when you give a wheelchair. The other feature that this one has, of course, the footrests are adjustable. They're height adjustable, and you just pick them up and move them out of the way. And then they don't have those little balls on them to put them on. It's more secure. And then it folds down this way. So it gets actually very, very small. But wait, there's more. The wheels come off.
Oh, they do?
So you push in here and you pull. Super easy. Takes 3 seconds to take it off, 3 seconds to put it on, and then you even have a smaller chair to put in the car. So if you have a tiny car, it'll work.
Okay.
So, and the other thing is it gets 8 pounds.
And that's good to know because one of the issues with any kind of these apparatus, whether it's a wheelchair or a scooter, a motorized scooter, is how am I going to get this in my car? Am I able to do this on my own? And what I mean by that is the caregiver.
Right.
And even sometimes it's the person themselves who are somewhat mobile, but and, you know, they still may drive, but they want to find a way to be able to do this.
Right, exactly.
So these
this is how small it gets. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So all this comes off.
Oh, wow.
And this is what you have, the frame.
Yeah.
And it's about 20 pounds.
Wow.
So with the wheels and everything else on it, it's about 28, which is still really light. But this is about 20.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. So technically, somebody that has to be in the chair can do this by themselves.
Right. That is really nice.
So they transfer in, they take off the wheels, they throw it next to them, and then they bring it out.
Because again, there are people who can certainly drive on their own. They're mobile enough to do that, but then when they get to a destination, they need a wheelchair for longevity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very nice.
And then the other part about this, they've kind of thought about everything in these chairs. This is the hand rim, And so it's got a little bit of a texture to it.
Yes, it does.
And,
yeah.
and so it's going to be really easy to hold on to. Some of the other hand rims by the same company and some of the other wheelchairs that we carry are actually dimpled. And so you can get a really good grip on them. But this one's nice because it's got that texture to it, which is really, really nice. And then the tires are flat free.
Okay.
So they're solid tires, urethane.
Okay.
So they're not going to go flat on you. They'll last forever. The tread lasts forever.
Yeah.
They don't wear down.
Very
So
nice.
It's really great.
So again, if someone is interested in a wheelchair such as this, they come in and see you. And what is the turnaround time if they were to order it?
Actually, this company is great, and it's probably about a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On the outside, maybe a week and a half.
Yeah.
But generally about a week.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, really quick.
Very good. And then you also brought, now does this go with this wheelchair, this cushion here?
It doesn't
Or it can go with
necessarily-
any
It can go
kind of-
any
okay.
wheelchair, but a benefit with this one is that it's an air
can
one.
see.
I think people have heard of the Roho, and we do have those. But this one has, you don't need a pump for that one. The Roho, you need a pump for.
Okay, so how do you get air into this then?
You open the valve, and
Really?
the air comes in.
Wow.
And then it's fully inflated now. The idea is that you put all the air in, sit on it with your pressure, and then the air will start going
Yeah.
out of it by
Wow.
itself. And then you close the valve when you get to where you're comfortable.
Okay.
The idea is that you slide your hands under your tush when you feel the IT bones. That's when the pressure is where it should be.
Okay, wow.
So again, that's another custom measurement that we can do.
Yeah, and this is something, this particular cushion, you can go with any kind of wheelchair.
Exactly,
All right,
exactly.
that's nice.
And that actually has a little bit of a coccyx cutout, which is the tailbone cutout, that is really good for long-term sitting.
Yeah,
To
very
take
nice.
the pressure off of that. And
Yeah, I
it's
like
a
that.
washable cover too.
Okay, so the cover comes off. And this is, again, something's totally separate. You can get this anytime.
Anytime, for any chair.
All right. In different sizes and colors.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
very nice. Yeah, you've had other ones in the past.
We
but
have.
I like that one.
This is simple and easy. It's
Yeah.
kind of got a great feature that's an expensive cushion feature for not the price. So it's
Okay.
kind of a lower cost version maybe of the Roho. So
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, people can take that even if they're going to the theater or something.
Right. Baseball game,
Yeah.
hard seats.
That's very, yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
This is available all the time.
All the time.
And that is available special order.
Special order as
Okay.
people need it, and I would encourage people to come in, play with it, look at it.
Yeah.
We have, of course, multiple wheelchairs.
Yes, you do.
But we have wheelchairs ranging in weight, actually, from 19 pounds to heavier. But people
Okay.
are usually looking for a really lighter wheelchair.
Okay.
That have the big wheels on them. So.
Hey, let me ask you
nice.
on that. Do you handle if people need temporary wheelchairs?
Oh, rentals?
Yeah, rentals.
Yeah,
or, I
absolutely.
didn't know if you work with the hospital or Medicare or how that works. But sometimes people just need them for a short amount of time.
We rent them per day, per week, or per month.
Okay.
And you can rent the ones with the big wheels on the side that you can wheel yourself, or the ones that you can be pushed in, the transport chairs, either one.
Okay. The transport
So,
chairs don't have the big wheels?
Right. Transport chairs have the 4 little wheels on the
Okay.
bottom. The person the person can't wheel it
Okay.
themselves. Doesn't have the big wheels on the side.
All right, very good. So if you want to look into this, if you're interested in anything from Adapt to It, they are right down the street. They're at Avenue Paseo de Valencia. I always get that mixed up. And El
Valencia.
Toro, where the big flag is and the tall trees.
Yes.
In
we
the
were
tall
just-
trees.
We were just discussing
We were
the
ta-
trees.
that's another-
Our sign is behind
It doesn't
those
look like
trees.
this anymore. The trees are what, about like that now?
The flag gets caught on that little tree. So
Yes.
that little tree goes up to the top of that big, huge flagpole.
Right,
So,
that's an old
yeah,
photo. We got to
it's-
get a new one.
We do. I didn't realize how old that photo
Except
was.
a new one, you wouldn't see your
We
place
wouldn't see
there.
us at all because that's
But anyway,
completely
they
hidden.
are there, believe me, and you'll see the flag. And I know, you have different events coming up. You
We
have
do.
your annual or semi-annual now, where you collect used apparatus that you takeout. It's shipped out to different countries and help people out,
That's
right?
still in the works. Our latest event, I think, is going to be May 5th.
Okay.
That's what it is. May 5th in Newport, we're having a giant health fair. So
Very good.
We're going to be advertising that. I'm really excited about it because we're going to have a lot of different things. We'll have food, we'll have music, we'll have games. It'll be really fun.
All right, very good. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
Take care. You always
Thank
bring
you.
on great stuff.
Thank you.
And again, they're just right down the street on the corner of El Toro and Paseo de Valencia. Check them out. We'll be right back.
We love to show people that our sight loss won't hold us back. Thanks to free classes at Braille Institute, we're returning to the things we love. We're connecting with the world using today's technology. And we're learning to get back in the game. Thanks to Braille Institute, it's about what we can do, not what we can't.
Get information about free programs available from Braille Institute Anaheim, or learn about our new center in South Orange County by calling 1-800-BRAILLE or visit brailleinstitute.org.
Welcome back. Well, it's always a pleasure to have Jennifer Carmarker here with the Globe Highlights. And today she's going to talk to us about an art exhibit, right?
Yes, an art exhibit that took place Saturday. Laguna Woods artist Jim Gibson's Old Gal series featured 6 female artists that he's painted alongside with in the Clubhouse 4 Art Studio for the past 13 years. It served as the centerpiece for Saturday's event, an exhibition honoring village residents through portraiture. Was held in the Sequoia Ballrooms at Clubhouse 2. The subjects stood side by side to their oil canvas likeness as active participants in the exhibit. This latest string of portraits is an extension to Jim's original 2013 all-male casted collection Old Guys series. Gibson told our reporter Brooke Betcher, "When I start to work on a portrait like this really seriously, I thought I knew them before, but as I paint them, I really gain an awareness of who they are, and you really establish a bond with them." The Old Gal series has taken him more than a year to complete.
Wow, some remarkable artwork.
Yes, beautiful. In other news, the Third Mutual Board on Tuesday placed an immediate 120-day moratorium on the Yellow Stake program. Now, that's a service that allowed condo owners to maintain their own landscaping marked by a yellow stake. According to Village Management Services staff report, the board called for the suspension after excessive utility charges due to overwatering of landscaping and the apparent widespread abuse of the program by members. The moratorium will freeze the program, withholding any more yellow stakes from being disseminated until further discussion and a resolution is reached between Third Mutual and VMS. And we also have some photos this week of Pat Boone. You know, he was here entertaining at the Performing Arts Center on Valentine's Day.
Good.
And along with many of his top 40 hits from the 50s and 60s, Boone performed songs from his most recent album, Legacy, and tunes from his 1997 album, In a Metal Mood, in which he covers heavy metal songs, including Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water.
Oh, wow.
That was a real crowd pleaser from
Oh,
what I
very-
hear.
That's fun.
So we have some photos from that today in our Globe. And some upcoming events. Residents of Laguna Woods Village are invited to join a retirement party for Lori Moss, the community manager at Laguna Woods Village. Lori's leadership has been an integral part of the many positive changes in the village since the formation of VMS. The reception will take place Tuesday, February 27th in Clubhouse 2 from 1 to 3 p.m.
That's
So the
nice.
community is invited to that. Then save the date for March 7th for the upcoming Health and Wellness Expo. That is also at Clubhouse 2, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The expo will host guest speakers, health screenings, fitness demos, educational seminars, vendors, and free giveaways, each of which are sure to help residents stay on track for a healthy year. You can contact the Recreation Department for more information. They are at 949-597-4285. And here's an announcement. The Laguna Woods History Center will be closed until March 5th. They are doing some re-roofing and HVAC replacement. The center can be reached during the closure by leaving a message on the website, and that is at info@lagunawoodshistory.org. And letters, we get letters.
Yes, we talked about some of the letters last
yes,
time. Very interesting.
We did. In today's Globe, we have letters concerning cracked water pipes, laundry prices, which have doubled in the laundry rooms, village mismanagement, in one letter writer's opinion, and bluebird houses. And in the bluebird house, the letter writer says the figure of 11,000 bluebird houses in the village in one of our previous articles must be overstated. The letter writer says if bluebird houses were evenly spaced over the area of the village that has trees, there would be one on or within 50 feet of any tree.
Huh.
So,
well, that was a good calculation by that individual.
Yeah, that was, he must be a mathematician. I don't know.
Has a lot of time to be able to figure that out. So that's good. Keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah. So that's what's in today's Globe. And if you aren't a subscriber, come in the office. You can subscribe. We can get you signed up right there. Or you can pay by the copy.
Great. And those are available on the first floor of the community center.
Correct.
Great. Well, thanks again. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we'll see you right after this.
Here is one value I know about life. At some point in the second half, most of us no longer want a speedboat, or a convertible, or a red motor scooter. What we really want is to be in the intellectual company of others, to be able to hear and converse and experience the true joys of life. For some, this is meaningful time with grandchildren, worship services, a favorite restaurant. What you need is not hearing aids. You need hearing care. You need a kind specialist who knows you by name, cares about you as an individual, who is skilled in correct assessment and treatment, who will select a technology, tailor it for your hearing correction, then verify the degree of improvement. Well, this is who we are. If this is the type of care you are looking for, right now we are offering a risk-free 10-day test drive of our tailor-made hearing solutions. Call now for an appointment.
Hey, The Birdcage. Remember that movie?
Yes. Yes.
That was a great movie, and that came out back in 1996. Robin Williams, of course, the great Robin Williams was in this. Nathan Lane at the time, I don't think a lot of people knew. He was pretty well known on Broadway for many years, and of course went on to be Timon in The Lion King, the voice behind Timon. And I think that's honestly what catapulted him in the public eye, because he was around doing...
He was in The Producers.
Yeah, he was in The Producers. Mm-hmm. But this movie was, I really like this. This is, of course, based on La Cage aux Folles, the famous French production. And a Mike Nichols film. Mike Nichols did all these type of films back then, Down and Out in Beverly Hills and all those kinds of things. And it's, of course, about a gay couple that owns a cabaret down in South Beach in Miami, and the son gets engaged to the daughter of a very conservative senator. The daughter is Callista Flockhart, who went on to do Ally McBeal, Gene Hackman, Diana Weiss. It's a great cast.
Hysterical.
It's hysterical. I mean, it really is. If you have not seen this, it's a reflection of the 90s, that's for sure. Right. But I invite you to check this out. It's a fun movie. And Saturday, what am I saying? Friday, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Friday is tomorrow, isn't it? Yes, that's right. It was a short week. Now, your movie is something totally different.
Oh yeah, it does have some comedic moments, but not very many. So it's called Only the Brave. And it has Josh Brolin, who is the lead of this group that eventually becomes the Hot Shots.
Yeah.
So they're on the front line. They're called the Granite Mountain Hot Shots, and they're on the front line, elite firefighters who risk everything to protect a town from a historic wildfire. Now, it is the town of Prescott, Arizona.
Yeah.
And they not only protect the town, but they protect trees that are 2,000 years old, and a variety of other trees in the Prescott area that just are going to go up.
This
Oh
was
yeah,
a true
it's a true
story.
story.
Yeah.
Starts out great, you know, very funny in a lot of moments, but then, you know, towards the end it is a true story, and I'm not going to give it away, but it's kind of sad. So Monday, February 26th is when that one is showing. It's PG-13. It's about 134 minutes. And both our movies were brought to you by Hoag Hospital.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, I've seen The Birdcage, and I'm looking forward to that one, but this one I have not seen, and I'm looking forward to this. That'll be a really different movie, a really good movie.
Yeah.
And we only got a couple minutes left, so I'm going to just say very quickly some of our movies coming up. Coco, this is March Movies, of course, which is the Disney animated movie. Wonderful movie. We've got a lot of movies up for different awards. Darkest Hour is, of course, up for Academy Award. Thor, Ragnarok, which was really good. I can't pronounce it. I, Tonya, Tanya Harding, that is up for awards. Allison Janney is up for Best Actress in that one.
We have a lot of movies to catch up on.
Yeah, a lot.
Academy
And
Awards.
we're running out of time, but Wonder, a wonderful movie. It really is. Same kind of different as me, Wonderstruck, Justice League. We got everything. We got superheroes, we've got animation, we've got true stories, Academy Award nominees, all coming up in March. And we'll get more into, especially Wonder. That was really a very, very good film. I don't know if you saw that, but
Nope,
really
not
good.
yet.
All right, with the weather today, a chance of a little drizzle.
Had some rain earlier.
We did, yeah, and we could, if we do get anything, it's due in later this afternoon, evening, overnight, maybe into tomorrow. It's a nice picture out there. Love to see those clouds, and we'll see. I'm not expecting much. Next week, meaning a week from today, there's a chance of more of a real storm coming in. We'll see about that.
You never know.
Yeah, going forward, the temperatures will start to go up for the weekend, and not bad at all. And as I said, next week we could get some. We'll see about that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So who is on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Janie Durrell and Brett Crane, who are going to give us the United Update.
Yeah.
Carol Moore, who will be here with the City Council meeting report. The El Toro Water District. And then Dan Oweiler with Sterling Financial.
There we are. All tomorrow. Tune in then. Take care.
Have a great day.
Yeah, I really want to see that.
Mama used to Mama used to Mama used to